having so much fun with the Nature Spots Challenge that I'm continuing it from a month-long challenge, hashtag Nature Spot Challenge, into a whole year-long of color swatching, matching watercolors to things in nature. So what I decided, since I have put little numbers for each day of the month, I didn't want to write the word of the month in every one because it would get too crowded in this tiny nature journal. So I need to put tabs on it. The nature journal itself is mixed media paper, and then these tabs are a thicker watercolor paper. I put the names of the months or the abbreviations on them. I cannot fit them all around here, so I need to put 6 across the top, 3 or 4 down the side, and a couple on the bottom. So I had to write some in the other direction, like so, with the month at the bottom. So let's go ahead and put it together in this fun nature journaling challenge. I'm using some glue, PVA glue, to glue the tags on behind the page. So let's see where this first one will fit, because I already have paintings on there. I can fit it right there. I tried to leave half as much of the tab for the glue so it stays on there. So there's January, and now let's continue the other months. An important consideration when you're making tabs for a journal is the spacing. I wanted these spaced with just a tiny break between each tab so I could read all of the months at once without any overlapping. Next, I made a plan to glue each tab behind the page that it went on. I think it looks neater than gluing it to the front of a page, and I arranged the tabs in chronological order. I already mentioned that I chose thicker paper for these tabs. The watercolor paper is 140 pound, so that makes it sturdier and more likely to hold up when flipping the paper by each tab. It also depends on how much you'll be using and handling the tabs in the finished project. I've tried cardstock tabs before, but with a lot of use they bend and didn't hold up. Once I thought I had a great idea of using sticker paper, because then I wouldn't have to use glue. I just folded the sticker paper over on itself with the two sticky sides together to create tabs in a bullet journal planner. Super easy to do and create, but did not hold up at all. It was very frustrating to have those tabs falling off because the paper ripped and it was too fragile. There are some actual sticky note type of removable file tabs made out of a plastic type of material, and those work really well in my bullet journals and mixed media art journals too. So that gives you a few things to think about when planning to add the tabs to a journal. I think the watercolor paper is a good choice for this nature journal here. Let me know in the comments if you have suggestions about different types of sturdy paper to use as well. Perhaps you have some ideas that I haven't used yet, and I'd love to hear about them. I'm also interested to know different ideas of labels to write on the tabs besides months. In a nature journal, you could have tabs for seasons, locations, habitats, natural phenomena, mammals, birds, native plants, gardening, and the categories are endless. This was trickier than I thought it would be to get all of those little tabs in place. And I have one more space. I ended up with December over here, and so I did introduction, conclusion at the back of the book, and I have room for one more tab, so I'm going to quickly trim one more. And with this last one, I'm going to make a supplies tab. The marker that I used for this, the pen, is Pigma Micron 01. The part that was tricky about these is that I didn't want to label the numbers. I probably should have, of the dates beforehand, because I didn't want to, I wanted to do them after I did the dots to get them in the right spots. But truthfully, I should have done it beforehand to make the counting a lot easier. But look how fun, it has tabs now. Here is January through June along the top. Then on the side, July through August and September. Moving along the bottom, October through December. Then the intro, conclusion, and supplies tab. So, quick update, I switched around the intro tab so it's on the beginning of the whole book. Just makes the cover close more nicely, and I couldn't resist. I went back and I added in the dates so it helps organize for future entries. I wrote down the month only on the first of the month, and then I just keep myself organized a little bit having all those dates in there. So I can continue doing my nature journaling challenge of nature spots, watercolor swatches through the entire year. This is such a fun challenge. It's a great nature journal challenge for beginners or watercolor enthusiasts or really anybody. Check out at Instagram at Side Oats. I'll put the link in the description to this video for more information about the artist who has hosted this wonderful challenge, and I've joined in with her great idea here, making my own nature journal. The paints that I used were Daniel Smith's palette, and once in a while I've added the Paul Rubens pearlescent metallics or glittery watercolors into there. So check out the rest of these on Creative Solace Studios. A lot of them are on my shorts videos, a minute or less, and a few of them are on the longer videos to tell you more about them. My name is Kathleen Arola-Johnson here at Creative Solace Studios. I'm so happy to have you joining with me. Let me know in the comments what you could put these tabs on, whether it's a nature journal like this, an art journal, junk journal, mixed media project, whatever bullet journal, whatever note-taking, journaling, or bookmaking, or paper arts project that you have. These tabs are a quick and easy way to label months or numbers or whatever other kind of categories you want to, so you can quickly flip to that particular page in your handmade book. Thanks so much for subscribing to Creative Solace Studios and following along with this quick art journal, nature journal tab tutorial.